Hey, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy YxngTexas and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now in today's video, I'm not bringing you guys a gameplay, I'm not bringing you guys a class setup, I'm not bringing you guys a montage or anything that I've ever done before on my channel. Today is a Q&A video. So yesterday on Twitter, I posted this question right here. And I said to please give me some questions for a Q&A video that I was making, and this is that video. So let's get straight into the questions. So the first question I have is from Spencer, or Original Bon Jovi, and he asked, what is your favorite COD and why? So for me, I think my answer has to be Modern Warfare 2, and the biggest reason is because it was my first ever Call of Duty. Back in 2009, when the game was released, all of my friends at school were getting the new COD and had the Xbox 360 at the time, and I didn't, and I really wanted it bad. So in Christmas of 2009, my mom got me the Xbox 360 along with the copy of Modern Warfare 2 so I could finally play the game with all my friends, and that's how I fell in love with the Call of Duty franchise. And 11 years later, I'm still in love with the franchise and playing the game every single day. The second question is from Chrome, and he asks, how did you get such a beautiful smile? Well, you see... Alright, next question. Alright, so a very similar one to the last one. Unknown JJ asks, why are you so handsome? Okay, we see. So my mom and my dad, they love each other very much, and so yeah, you get the rest. All right, final really funny question here is from Godnut, and he says, "Will you be my sugar daddy?" Yes. All right, the next question is from 0 Degrees, and he asks, "What got you into gaming and streaming?" So I think gaming, what got me into gaming at the start was I first started playing video games on the Super Nintendo with my dad, and we always played MLB games and 007 games. So that's what really got me into gaming. But what made me fall in love with video games was 100% the Sly Cooper series back on the PS2. I remember I didn't have a PS2 memory card, so I had to wake up early one morning to finally beat the game, because time and time again I'd have to restart the game every single time I would play it because I didn't have the memory card. So one day I finally got up super early, beat the entire game, and that was the game that made me fall in love with the series. Now, to answer the question about streaming, I started streaming back in September of 2018, also the month I joined Skirata Gaming, and I fell in love with it ever since. Just the idea of being able to build a community of like-minded individuals and have such amazing, fantastic, and supportive people around me has always been something that I have thought to be such a blessing, and that's why I really fell in love with streaming. So the last three questions here all come from Lil Megan. So let's get to the first one. The first one she asks is, what was your main goal when you began to stream? So my main goal when I began streaming was to just do something that I really thought I would enjoy, and I wanted to broadcast my gameplay to watch other people play it, because I loved watching other streamers such as TP, Courage, Nade Shot, and I loved their content. And I thought, hey, why don't I try this? Why don't I give this a try? And I did, and that's what really made me start streaming, and I fell in love with it so quick, and 2 years later I'm still doing it super consistently. So another question from Lil Megan was, if you could go back and experience the most nostalgic moment of playing a game for the first time again, what would it be? That's a really hard question. So for me, I think the most nostalgic moment of playing video games for me would either be playing the Sly Cooper series, the first one, because that was the game that made me fall in love with gaming, or the most nostalgic moment for me has got to be, it's got to be my first ever nuke in Call of Duty on Black Ops 4. I made a video on that, and it gave a little story time as to how I got my first nuke, so make sure to go and check that video out for the whole story behind it. But that was definitely one of the biggest days for me as a gamer, because it was after 10 years I finally got a nuke in Call of Duty. So that was probably for me the most, it's going to be the most nostalgic moment for me down the line. So yeah, it'd probably be the moment right there. Alright, so the final question we got here is also from Megan, and she says, before you got into football, was there anything else that held your interest as a possible future for you to pursue? So before I got into football, so I got into football at a very young age. I started playing when I was 8. Before that, I tried some other sports, wrestling, karate, baseball. Wasn't really my thing. But for the longest time, I never really thought that playing pro football would be an option for me, so I never really considered it as a career pursuit. But for the longest time, I wanted to be a lawyer, and the plan for me was to go to law school after graduating university. But in recent years, that has definitely changed. I decided I don't want a desk job my whole life, so I decided that I want to pursue a career in law enforcement. And so that's definitely what I'm going to be doing post graduation, along with coaching youth football as a volunteer, and of course streaming on Twitch and creating content for YouTube. So guys, thank you so much for sending in your questions. I know I really didn't answer a lot, and maybe if I get some more questions in the future, I'll definitely make a part 2 to the Q&A, because again, I know this was really short, but at the end of the day, I wanted to throw something out there, answer some questions that you guys had for me, and I really do appreciate y'all sending them in. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, leave a comment, maybe with some other questions for a part 2, and of course subscribe to the channel if you're new. Check out the links in the description below to follow me on my social medias, including Twitch, so you never miss any of my content. And also be sure to check out my amazing team, Skirata Gaming. Links for our social medias as well as our Twitch, YouTube, Discord, merchandise store, and website are in the description as well. Other than that, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and that's been it. Peace.